Let's assume that it's 2008 and all the major investment banks have crashed majorly due to their overexposure to people who didn't even have money to buy even one house, and overvaluing the prices of the real estate market, which eventually plummeted and led to widespread bankruptcy and panic in the US and the world markets. But why am I talking about 2008 in a video of FTX? So something similar happened on the lines of 2008, where the owner of the third largest crypto exchange, the big shot of crypto market, Sam Bankman-Fried, has come under brutal scrutiny as FTX has declared bankruptcy and Sam Bankman-Fried has reportedly fled to Dubai from the Bahamas. So the four things that we'll talk about in this video is that what actually happened in this incident and what is the take of big investors on it, is what is the take for Indian investors on it, and the most affected cryptocurrencies. So SBF has two companies, FTX, a crypto exchange, and Alameda Matter, a crypto trading firm. Alameda reportedly rose to fame in 2018 when it made huge profits by selling Bitcoin in Japan by buying it from USA at cheap prices. Alameda reportedly used $10 billion of FTX consumers' money, the money that we as users give to exchange for buying our crypto, for buying securities and so-called assets for Alameda. Alameda was started in 2017 and had reportedly $3.35 billion in its portfolio of FTT token, which is the native token of the FTX crypto exchange, which in short will mirror the performance of the FTX sub company. So if the FTX company will do well, the FTT token will also do well. So that $3.35 billion out of $14.6 billion, which also contains Solana and also had Terra Luna in its portfolio, whose value reportedly nosedived to zero. And as a disclaimer, I was also a owner of Terra Luna. Alameda was a prominent market maker who lended cryptos to exchange for the users. At its peak, around 70% of the USDT ever minted by Tether were with Alameda. So what is Tether? Tether is basically a blockchain-enabled platform which has minted in 10 of its blockchain, one of the most stable coin, USDT, whose value is equivalent to $1. So it's basically like RBI. So just like RBI prints money, so it will keep an equivalent amount of gold in its reserves. One interesting fact is that Binance was also an early investor in FTX, but later its shares were bought back by Nancy Stake, and Binance was given $2.1 billion equivalent in BUSD and FTT tokens. As the news of CZ, the acronym which we use commonly for the Binance user, he's a Chinese whose name is very complicated, so who put out a tweet of liquidating its FTT tokens at 1/4 of its value at around $580 million. So he liquidated his FTT tokens at 1/4 of the value which he acquired it at, just because he thought that there is no point of holding it more to it, seeing the incidents of Terra Luna. So I could have sold that Terra Luna at around 4,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 500 rupees, but now it's at zero. So as soon as he put out a tweet, the FTT tokens started crashing and users in panic started selling the FTT tokens. But the exchange froze and its official Telegram channel sent a message that their website is hacked and the users should not try to access their accounts with potential exposure to virus and malware. Interestingly, don't you think that the person who can take consumers' money from his own exchange and invest or say waste it in stupid investments through his sister company, in this matter Alameda, which is the crypto trading firm, cannot hack his own exchange to take out more of crypto assets? FTX also reportedly spent billions of dollars in bribing the top politicians and regulators to do negative publicity of Binance, most probably due to which Sam Bankman-Fried is still playing video games in the Bahamas. Amid these tensions, SBF was looking for funds from Wall Street deep pockets and rumoredly also from Doge father Elon, who also put out a tweet that SBF didn't even had $3 billion as liquidity in front of him. CZ, the founder of Binance, had, and by saying had, come to its rescue, where it was providing it with liquidity to protect consumers and acquiring all of FTX infrastructure. But in 24 hours only, it has backed out of its deal, citing regulatory investigations. So, now we'll talk about the cryptos that have been the hardest hit by the incident. So the first one is Solana, and Solana actually fell by 50% nearly on Wednesday. The other is Aptos, Hubai token, Ape Coin, Near protocol. Along with it, the Alpha, Bitcoin, and Ethereum has also tanked by around 20 to 30% recently. Solana was heavily leveraged by FTX for its DeFi and NFT projects, and FTX also invested in the other coins which I just named. So interestingly, if you see that Kevin O'Leary, who was an initial investor of FTX, called for strict regulations on these crypto exchanges and in whole the crypto world by SEC, because his investments, his huge investment, actually has come down to zero. And he has also termed it as a good buying opportunity in the long run, but only after it has been regulated. This similar view has also been said by another big shot investor called Chamath Palihapitiya, if you know him, that is a big venture capitalist. So what's there for the Indian customers? Most of us have put our money into the crypto market through WazirX, CoinDCX in cryptos. WazirX is now acquired by CZ-led Binance. As of now, the ban imposed by RBI, which was preventing the banks to partner it with crypto exchanges, has been quashed by the Supreme Court of India. With around 20 million active crypto users, which is approximately 3 times more than the largest share-broking firm of the country, Zerodha, having around 6.8 million users, there needs to be an intervention and regulation made by the government to prevent such an incident happening in India.